Okay, good morning students. Week 1 of our PE lessons. Today I'm going to be teaching you a little bit about heart rates. Heart rates are really important because they can indicate how hard you're working, but also they can help you monitor your fitness to see if you are getting fitter or if you're losing fitness. So if you don't know how to take your heart rate, well, one really easy way, if you've got a watch or a Fitbit, okay, obviously you can use that. I'll just show you mine now. So my resting heart rate, I don't know if you can see that, it says my average resting heart rate is about 53 and my current heart rate is about 80. That's because I've just warmed up a little bit, I'm standing up and I'm talking to you. My resting heart rate would be, you know, when I'm pretty much asleep or doing absolutely nothing at all. So that's the lowest it's going to get to. If you don't have one of these watches, there is another way you can take a heart rate, and that's taking your pulse. I should say your heart rate is the number of times your heart beats in a minute, okay? If you have a low resting heart rate, it can indicate you're quite fit, but it can be different for lots of different reasons. It can be to do with age, it could do with health reasons, it could be to do with your size, okay? So it's not just about how low your heart rate is, it's about how quickly you can get your heart rate back down to your resting levels after exercise. That is a better indicator of fitness. So if you want to know how to take your heart rate, well, there's a couple of ways. Get your index finger and your middle finger, and you can take it in your neck. So just kind of below the jawline, just to the side of the top of the throat. And you're looking out for you have to be very quiet when you do it, but I'm feeling a very subtle thud. It's just the pulsating of the blood through the vein, and that equates, every time you hear a thud, that's a heartbeat. Okay, if you can't find it in your neck, you can also find it on the side of your wrist. So to the outside, okay, of your wrist, so to the left if you're doing your left side, to the right if you're doing your right side. Again, 2 fingers, you'll see or feel a bit of some tendons down the middle there. Just feel it to the side. Hopefully you'll feel a slight pulsating. Now, it might be quite difficult if you can't find it straight away, so the best thing to do is do a little bit of exercise, jog on the spot for 30 seconds and then go and feel it, and you'll be able to locate where it is, because it will be beating much faster and much harder, so you'll be able to find it much more easily. Okay, so what we're going to do, we can see my resting heart rate is about 84 at the moment, it says. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some exercise and we're going to see how that impacts on our heart rate, and then we're going to look at recovery times and seeing how quickly my heart rate comes back down to that level. So all you need is ideally a bottle of water and a stopwatch, okay, if you can, or use your watch, your wristwatch. Okay, I'm just going to do 30 seconds of exercise. I'm going to see what happens to my heart rate. I'm going to do 3 rounds, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. I'll talk you through how to measure it and what's happening to my heart rate when it's going up and it's going down, and then we'll look at how quickly it takes to come back to resting rates. Okay, here we go. Okay, to start with, I'm just going to do 30 seconds fast jogging on the spot. Okay, looks easy, but certainly will get your heart rate going. So you can either do this along with me, or once you've watched the video, have a little practice and try and find out if you can find your pulse. Okay, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, so straight away it says here my heart rate's gone up to 128. I'm just going to take it this way. Okay, so what I did there is I recorded it for 15 seconds. I'm going to times that by 4 to get what it would be in a minute. Okay, and it was about 32 beats. So if I times that by 4, it's 128. And if you look at my watch now, it's just starting to come down a little bit now, but it was about 128 when I said that. As you can see, it's reducing as I'm starting to recover. Okay, so what I'm going to do is do a couple more rounds of exercises and we'll see how quickly it can come back down. So Next ones. Okay, dips. Stopwatch. 30 seconds of dips. Keep your legs straight out in front of you. If you find that a little bit difficult, you can bring your knees in and that will lighten the load. Okay, if you find it really easy, put some kind of weight on your lap and that will make it harder. Okay, just got another 10 seconds left. Good for the upper body, working your triceps, try to extend fully, and done. Okay, now notice on this one my heart rate's quite low, still only about 90, and that's probably because I wasn't working my heart and lungs as much. It wasn't as much of a cardio, it was more stressing strength and muscular endurance of my muscles. So it's still slightly elevated but nowhere near as high. Okay, my last round I'm going to do is going to be burpees. This should get the heart rate firing. Okay, so we'll see what it is after this. So last 10 seconds of rest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So I'm just going to measure it. Okay, so that was 42 little beats, little thuds I felt. So again, over 15 seconds. I'm going to times that by 4. Maths teachers would love this, but across curricular, so that's about 164, 168, somewhere in that region. So as you can see, it's quite high. So what we're going to do now is going to wait until that comes back down to roughly where my resting heart rate was. So when I started this and I showed you what should start, my heart rate was in and around about 80 something beats per minute, and I was pretty well rested. So what I'm going to do is going to keep monitoring that. When it gets back down, I'm going to wait until it gets back down somewhere between 90 and 100, and then I'm going to repeat it again. Okay, just going to measure it again now. Okay, 27. So what's that? 80, 28, 108. So I'm still a bit over at the moment. Okay, watch is saying 105. What we're going to do is when it comes back down, somewhere between 90 to 100, I'm going to repeat it again. Now the benefit of doing this is that if you're less fit, you're going to get more rest. And if you're super fit, you're going to get less rest, because the quicker your heart rate comes back down to a resting level, it indicates the fitter you are, the easier and more quickly your body can get ready to exercise again. So as you're doing these exercises at home, we're going to post lots and lots of links to different workouts you can do. You can gauge how much fitter you're getting. So if your recovery speed is reducing, then it's going to show you're getting fitter. Okay, and you can play around with it. You can go, okay, I'm not going to wait to get down to 80 or 90 beats per minute. I'm going to wait until it gets to 100, and then I'm going to go again. Okay, so this time, show you the watch. So I'm getting back down there If you can see that, it's about 91. And there we go, it's into 80. Okay, so again, I go into my next round and I'm ready to go again. Have a go, have a play with it, see if you can find your pulse rate, your heart rate by using your pulse. If you've got a watch, fantastic, try and use those as well, they tend to be fairly accurate. And then we're going to post lots of links to interval training and circuit training and fartlek training and other stuff, and as well as some challenges that we'll be posting for you to have a go. Make sure you keep yourselves fit and healthy, guys. Stay safe.